Maximize Your Influence is your podcast for the latest persuasion, sales, and negotiation techniques. Our mission is to help you influence on command, anyone, anytime, anywhere. Your host is the author of Persuasion IQ, Laws of Charisma, and the best-selling book, Maximum Influence. Now, your host, Kurt Mortensen.
Hey, here's a quick snippet from my podcast, Maximize Your Influence. Hope you enjoy. Subscribe at MaximizeYourInfluence.com. So let's go over some of the top objections that you're seeing out there. And let me just say this. You need to have a closing book, the top objections that you get, and keep a list of the top ones and 2, 3, 4 great responses. Over the years, I've created closing software that closes for you. And every objection you get, and I've identified 77, has 2 or 3 different options, and you use the one that works for you, that resonates with you at the time, with the prospect, and your personality. But let's go over a few of those that you need to think about. The first one is, I want to think it over. Okay, that's a knee-jerk reaction. I don't want to make a decision. If they can put it off, they're going to put it off. And a lot of times they're going to mirror your hesitations in these situations, and you have to really get in deep here, because this is one of those lies. I want to think it over. It's too expensive. I need to talk to. Those type of things, 67% of the times are lies. We've talked about that on the show. You already know that. But let's assume they're true and come up with a few responses. I need to think it over. Here's the key. What exactly are you going to think about? So first of all, validate the objection. That's great. I can understand that. Okay, sure. What exactly are you going to think about? Because that's the moment of truth that they say, well, everything. Well, they're lying to you. But you need to know here, what exactly do you need to think about? Is it your guarantee? Is it the features? Is it another competitor? Find out exactly what it is. It gives you another opportunity to close them. Or you can use a little humor. Well, fine, that's great. I can wait. Okay? Let them know that sometimes that's a little ridiculous, so they're just kind of throwing it out there. Also throw in, are you trying to get rid of me? Just to kind of gauge them there. Sometimes it's good to say, well, obviously you have a reason for saying that. Would you mind if I ask what that is? Or just pull the busy card. Look, we're both busy. We know this is going to increase your profits. We know it's going to do this and this. Let's go ahead and get started. Let's try it out for 2 weeks. Let's go ahead and get moving on this, so we don't waste any more time. We're both busy. Let's get to this. And that makes a lot of sense to people. Another top one we hear is like, I'm busy. I don't have the time. Knee-jerk reaction. So is that a knee-jerk reaction? Sometimes you say, well, how much time do you think I need? Well, I don't know. Well, I only need 7 minutes. And sometimes it's good to get that little foot in the door and say you need 7 minutes and set your watch for 7 minutes. And what that's done is that you've got your foot in the door and you've had 7 minutes to prove your case and show the benefits and what's in it for them. And that 7 minutes, you just say, well, do you want to reschedule for the rest of the presentation? Want to keep going? And usually you want to keep going. You can throw out, well, you're too busy too, and fill out one of those great benefits that's going to grab their attention. Remember, it's just a knee-jerk reaction. It's like going to the store. Hey, can I help you? Oh, just looking. Like, oh, I needed help. But you just said, just looking. And this is the same type of situation here. Or they say, well, I'm too busy. I don't have the time. Like, great. Perfect. That means you're exactly the person you need to talk to because, all right, and you fill in the blank. Taking a little different angle there. Again, these are only reserved at the very end, only if nothing else has worked, only if you've shown what's in it for them and given them a benefit. That's the key here. Sitting on the fences when you're using these. If you haven't grabbed their attention, they don't trust you, they don't like you, they don't see how this is going to benefit them, you've just been vomiting on them, none of these are going to work. Thanks for listening. To listen to the rest of the podcast or subscribe, it's MaximizeYourInfluence.com.